Taal, Philippines. The eruption of Taal volcano in Talisay, Philippines occurred on January 12, 2020. At around 12:30 p.m., a camera footage captured smokes coming out of one of the craters moments before the eruption. The volcano spews out huge amounts of ash into the atmosphere, which later covered almost anything in volcanic matters. The rain of ash had a massive impact on the food supplies and wildlife. That includes fisheries around the Taal Lake, crops, and many more. Flights had to be cancelled, but traveling on land wasn't easy either, since roads were basically filled with mud. Although the eruption wasn't violent and only ranged at the alert level of 4, evacuations still had to be committed because authorities predicted an explosion could go off within a day or two. One night after the eruption, the main crater of the volcano turned into a lava fountain, constantly shooting out hot burning liquid up high. Overall, this deadly volcanic event displaced about 400,000 people and claimed the lives of 39. Air quality became toxic, and many quakes and tremors were also felt. Taal had always been known as the most dangerous volcano in the Philippines, killing 6,000 people in its record. Volcano of Fire, Guatemala. Volcan de Fuego, a volcano that sits 10 miles west of Antigua, has always been known to be very active. Around every 15 to 20 minutes, the volcano can be seen constantly pumping out little gas and ash at a very low level.
See the rocks flying.
Oh my.
See the rocks?
That's why no one expected the Volcano of Fire to deliver the deadliest volcanic destruction of 2018. On June 3rd at local noontime, Fuego suddenly exploded, releasing volcanic materials rapidly, leaving almost no time at all for evacuations. The violent eruption sends an ash column approximately 15 kilometers high and pyroclastic flows that wiped out nearby towns. Volcanic ash covers a 12-mile radius, and in some areas, entire villages have been buried. Heavy rainfall during the process of the eruption formed lahars, also known as volcanic mudflow, that cut off roadways and damaged several districts. Tragically affected 1.7 million people, at least 190 were killed, 57 injured, and 260 remained missing. Animals and house pets were also affected, mostly blinded and burned. Anak Krakatau, Indonesia. Anak Krakatau, also known as Child of Krakatau, is situated between the islands of Java and Sumatra in the Indonesian province of Lampung. On December 2018, it claimed the lives of 437 people and injured 14,059 others. However, unlike the 2018 Guatemala's eruption, many people were killed not by the quick-moving ash clouds, but by the giant tsunami that was provoked by landslides when the volcano detonated. Here are some before and after images of Anak Krakatau after it collapsed. Indonesia only possesses a tsunami warning system for tsunamis that are caused by earthquakes, and there's none for volcanic ones, so there were no early warnings for local residents whatsoever. Approximately 64 hectares of the volcano had plummeted into the sea, creating enormous waves that struck about 313 kilometers of coastlines with various heights. In Carita, waves struck at least 2 meters tall, while in Tanjung Lesung, a height of more than 5 meters was reported. Tsunami that hit the coastlines of Banten and Lampung was estimated to be huge, of 13.4 meters tall. This volcanic disaster was known as the deadliest eruption of the 21st century so far. Mount Ontake, Japan. This is the 14th highest mountain and second highest volcano in Japan. Measuring at over 10,000 feet, Ontake is a very popular tourist attraction for hikers, so there were hundreds of people on the site at the time of the eruption that did not know their lives would be taken away at any moment. There were also no significant earthquakes that could have warned authorities about what Ontake was about to unleash. On September 27, 2014, around 11:53 a.m. in Japan, the volcano suddenly erupted, releasing ash onto its surroundings, creating panics for hikers all around. One of the victims also managed to capture volcanic clouds moving towards them as they seek shelter. The Japan Self-Defense Forces initiate rescue missions with helicopters in search for missing people. The operation ends on October 27th, and it was confirmed that the volcano had killed 57 people and left 6 others missing. Mount Ontake eruption was known to be the first fatal volcanic eruption of Japan since the 1991 eruption of Mount Unzen. La Soufriere, Caribbean. St. Vincent is known to be a volcanic island, and it's also home to the La Soufriere volcano. On 27th of December 2020, an effusive eruption began. Basically, an effusive eruption is lava flowing out of the volcano onto the ground, so it wasn't causing much problems or any evacuations. Until the year 2021, on April 9th, the volcano wakes up once again, but this time explosively. Deadly pyroclastic flows formed with hot ash and rocks causes over 16,000 residents to evacuate. The devastation can be seen through satellite images and videotapes recorded on cell phones. It was reported that no one was killed in the process of the eruption, but a lot of volcanic activities are still going, which residents are still aware of. Some local villages and areas can be seen flooding, and there's also been sites of lahars. Therefore, the overall damage and death toll remains unknown.